بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله صلى الله وسلم وبارك على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. ما بعد، سائل يسأل فيقول: هل تصرف الزكاة لإنسان يريد الزواج ولا يملك ما يتزوج به من مال؟ الجواب: نعم، أفتى بذلك مشايخنا فقالوا إن الزواج ملحق بالحاجات الضرورية كالطعام والشراب والسكن، ولو لم يفعل لحصلت مفاسد كثيرة على الشباب والشابات، فلأجل ذلك ذكروا أنه يباح له أن يأخذ من الزكاة ما يستعين به في مهر زواجه ووليمته وما هو تابع لذلك. Question states: can zakah be paid to a man who intends to get married? He doesn't have the funds to marry. He wants to get married, but he's poor, he's needy. Is he now a liable, or is he now a legit recipient of zakat? The answer states yes. This is the answer that our scholars have given. The Mufti, he's saying our teachers have given us this fatwa that it's lawful. They explain this permissibility. They explain why it's lawful for a person to take zakah who wants to get married by saying, number one, inna zawaja mulhaqun. They say that zawaj, getting married, is a part of the day-to-day necessities. It's a part of the basic necessary functions of the human beings, just like three other main functions of the human beings: eating, drinking, and having a place to stay, a place to live, a roof over your house. It's basic necessity of the human. Number two, the second rationale, the second point why it's lawful for them to take the zakah is that if they do not get married, many problems will ensue. Harmful things will happen to the young men and happen to the young women. So because of this, or due to this, these scholars have mentioned is that he is allowed to be a zakat recipient, which will allow him to pay the mahar for the woman, for his walima, wedding feast, banquet, and anything else that he needs. وَمَا هُوَ تَابِعٌ لِذَلِكَ. Anything else that is included in this. The clothes that he needs to wear, whatever he needs to get married. This fatwa here is given by Shaykh Abdullah Ibn Jibreen. May Allah Azza wa Jalla have mercy upon his soul. It's a very interesting fatwa. As you can see, that the word zakah, paying it and receiving it, obviously there are eight types of people that can receive zakah. Okay, إنما الصدقات to the end of the ayah in Surah At-Tawbah. فريضة من الله. طيب, so Allah mentioned إنما الصدقات يعني إنما الزكوات المفروضة. The mandatory paying of alms, or the paying of mandatory alms, they're only for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's it. So therefore, many people have a rigid understanding of these 8. Different scholars have more open understanding of these 8. And someone who is faqir, or someone who's miskeen, alright, a part of that they're saying is one who can't get what? Who can't get married. Even though he may have a house to live in, he may have food, he may have water to drink, he may have a car, he may have these basic functions in which he's not really faqir, or miskeen. But if it's a difficulty for him to get married, he cannot afford to get married, then subhanAllah, they consider him to be what? Poor. So a man being married obviously is one of the greatest types of financial stability. And being, I'm okay. I have a wife to go home to. I have a house. I'm not really that poor. That a man may have a lot of material possessions, but if he can't get married, he's what? He's miskeen. And obviously the same can be said about monotheists. موحد يعني هو ما زال إيش؟ فقير. حتى إيش؟ يكون الشرك يعني صح ولا لا؟ طيب, المهم is that he's faqir, he's miskeen, okay, he's in need of the zakah. And the same applies to al-ilm, knowledge, da'wah. Okay, Allah says those people, those people whose hearts are being brought close to Islam. There are many different applications of this. And last but not least is looking at the harms. What happens when people don't get married? Many things happen in society. Society becomes degenerate. There are problems in the household. People fight in the household. The household is too crowded. Allah Mustaan. All types of stuff can take place when things aren't how Allah Azza wa Jalla wants them to be. So getting married and marrying off the young men and women is supposed to be a what? It's supposed to be something on the forefront and not the back front. Go to college first, finish college, get a good job, buy a house, buy a car, buy a boat, do all of these things. Then when you're 30, then inshallah, you get married, right? So from the time that I'm what? I go through puberty what? 12, 11, depending on the person, maybe 13. So from 13 to 30, how many years is that? 17 years now. Okay, the early years, you manage whatever. But when you're 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. And 30 is an early age. Many people would get married 32, 33, 34. What are you doing, billah alaik, from 12 to 30? What are you doing in that time period? How's your mind, Abu Abdullah? What is your mind like? Your thoughts, your dreams, think about that. Your physical body. That's a lot of years. Be patient. No doubt you have to have money to take care of a wife. Of course. But from 12 to 30, that's a lot, huh? And in between that 12 to 30 period is going to be what? What is it? Mafasidu kathira. All types of harms and vices will happen within that period of time, right? And the same applies to a woman as well. Wallahu musta'an. Whose phone is that? May I ask? Whose phone is that?